Let's get at it, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, you might say, where's the title belt? Well, the thing officially fell off the wall again, and I'm just hanging it. So, I'm going to have to readjust all that stuff. But don't you worry. It'll be back. Yeah, the wall will be done in some fashion here shortly. I'm just tired of that thing falling off because heaven forbid it could just stay on there. But today we're going to get into each Takeover Stand and Deliver match and to see what they're gonna, what I hope they're gonna do for it today and what I think about the match before tonight's, NXT, and then next week it's just gonna be unrelenting, just talking and talking and talking. So hopefully you guys are ready for that and don't want to put me through a wall for never shutting up. But let's get into Io defending against Raquel. Again, I'm still not excited about the match. I'm sure they'll do some kind of build, to make Raquel look big and bad going into it. The big powerhouse. But it's just, again, I've said it many times. Nothing against her. It's just not my cup of tea. Like, Asuka and Rhea, striking. You could see all that making sense. Even though she's bigger, she could chop her down. I just haven't seen enough from Raquel to think that, she's ready, but, who else do they have? Shotzi had a run at the title a while ago. Dakota did. All kinds of people are coming on, so, it just makes, Mercedes and Tony Storm, had their shot. Who else is left? So this is going to be it. Do I know who's going to win? No. Do I want Io to win? Yes. Gonna wait and see how they build it tonight, though, because that'll tell the whole entire, that'll tell a large part of the story to see how it's gonna work out. But again, they could change my mind tonight. It's not my cup of tea, boys and girls. It's not my thing. No offense to them. They didn't do anything. But it's just not my cup of tea. Not for me. But we'll see. Really intrigued, though, by Walter when he defends the UK title against Ciampa. That should be, this week. See what they do build-wise. All of Imperium's there, obviously. And see what they're going to bring with, if they're going to show Thatcher or, show up finally, after all these weeks being gone, or Wolf, or, any of it. How they're going to build that, because they could actually do some really good stuff to put some crazy dynamics. Or are they going to wait to bring Thatcher in next week and see which way he picks and decides to go? And if he screws everybody, it'll be really, really good to see how they do that. And we all like Ciampa. He wouldn't still be in these spots if he wasn't in phenomenal shape and couldn't do it and couldn't go. He's still one of the best guys that they got. So, and I don't really know Walter. He's just I see him and don't care how good he is. Over there, that style, it's a whole different style than ours. And I fully respect that. Everyone has a different style, each part of the world. But I don't know. I never liked him. He looks like he got bigger somehow, but I never really liked the thing. Or looking at Bartel, he just weirds me out with the haircut and all that. It's just, we'll see how it goes. Should be all right. The match will be great. And I have seen Walter go, and I've never hated his matches. It's just, it's not my biggest cup of tea, but I still think he puts on great ones. And the fact that he's been champ for this long, granted, COVID happened. So it's not like he could actually defend the thing for, what almost seemed like 6, 7, 8, 9 months, if not more. It was forever. So, yeah, that's what made it so big. But we'll see what they do with this. If they're just going to give it to Ciampa and send him over here to do that just to break it up, or what they're going to do. I don't know. But I think it'll be a good match, regardless. There's going to be stupid shenanigans and people running in and all that stuff, but I think it'll still be good. I don't know how they're going to do it. We'll see. MSK, Grizzled Young Veterans, Legado del Fantasma, triple threat for the vacant tag team championship. And that, at least on the positive, MSK has MSK. Whereas the Young Veterans just have them, and Legado just has them because we know Escobar won't go up, and interfere for them. So I think this one has a possibility of being a show stealer. Like, I think this could be the one to take the cake for the whole entire, or especially night one. I mean, for night one, this will be the match, really, in my opinion. Like, they have a chance to do something really good. MSK, new guys on the block, got the Dusty Classic. I mean, like Odell Phantasma, we see what they could do, double team and a tag team. I mean, they're a good team. That's why they're there. That's why they're doing it. And the rest of the young veterans, we've seen them come in and what they could do. There's a reason they're in the Dusty Cup final 2 years in a row. They didn't win either of them, but they were there, which shows the great amount of belief and trust that the company has in them to let them be in that position 2 straight years, regardless of if they won or not. They know what they have there, and if they're gonna let them rip. I mean, there's only one, two, 4 matches on night one, on USA for all that, but that this one I think is gonna kill it. And MSK has a lot of support. Like, all the teams have a lot of support. And I've been putting on really good stuff. I don't know what they're going to do with it this week, if we're going to see Rizongo get involved and do any kind of crazy stuff, or who's going to get attacked from behind or whatnot. But, the shenanigans, because you never know with them. We've seen all kinds of attacks from behind, helmets, people dressed up in spacesuits. We don't know what they're going to do, but I think that one can indeed steal the whole entire night. And then the gauntlet match for the North American title shot for night 2. Like, they're setting up the whole gauntlet thing tonight, so that should be exciting to see what they're going to have in it. I don't think Bronson or LA Knight are going to, win it all. I think that with what they've been doing, I mean, obviously I got to pick Loomis. You have to. I mean, look what they've been doing with him, Johnny, Austin, like all of them. Like, Loomis, when he was hosting the special, making him go into the match and do it. I think, kidnapping Austin. Like, I think it's gonna end up through it all, no matter what, being Dexter Loomis getting the shot. Now, are they gonna let him win? Who knows? But he was supposed to get the shot forever ago when Johnny got it, when Keith Lee got it, whoever got it. I don't remember. No, it was after Keith Lee dropped it. So yeah, like, he was supposed to be in the ladder match, but he got hurt. So, I think that the way they've been building it, if it isn't Loomis, it doesn't make any sense. And what was the point of doing all this for weeks now with Loomis? And, the way, if it doesn't end up being that way at the biggest show of the year, like, it would be a giant waste of all this time and effort, which is one of the better ones they've built. So, yeah, I don't see it not being Loomis in the end of it to go on to night 2. We'll see. We'll see tonight if he even makes the thing. If he doesn't, it just makes 0 sense. Doesn't make any sense at all. And it would be a giant waste. And that's and the way Raw was this past week, I'd rather not see a giant waste. Don't know about y'all, but that was a giant letdown. It was disappointing. It hurt my brain. It just wasn't good. It was a really bad Raw. There was more lowlights than there were highlights. And this is like next week's the go home for Mania. And somehow that's what they gave us. So, I don't know. But if he's not there on night 2, regardless, as we're into night 2 now, if it's Gargano and him, I don't know who's going to win. I'd love to see it be Loomis, just because Gargano's held it for forever. And he can do all kinds of things. He can move up to the main roster then. And do his thing there, especially as they're not traveling, so he could still be in the area doing his thing, work with people at the PC, all that. Like, he could still be a perfect fit, and not have to go on the road and all that. But yeah, I think it's going to be Loomis going into that. Santos Escobar, and Jordan Devlin going at it in a ladder match for the Cruiserweight title. As Devlin never lost it due to injury, so they both walk around like they have the belts. There's some Sean Razor references going on in there and all that. Never seen Jordan Devlin go. But ladder match with Santos Escobar and them in there. The Cruiserweights getting a chance to do the thing. And it's on Peacock. That means they'll be able to just go. I think that could be a great one. Could be the possible stealer of the show. You never know. The ladder match and the talent is there. Just, will they put it together? And I'd love to say that, Adam and Kyle will, or Balor and Cross will steal it. They have the chance, but 2 cruiserweights, doing what they know how to do, which they're both very good at. On top of that ladder match, the story of I never lost it, so they're both doing the dueling champion thing. Like, again, they could do some essence to Sean and Razor. Scott and Razor. There we go. Yeah, Sean and Razor. So we'll see how they do it. I think it could be like the best match. I mean, match, wise. I think they could steal it. Adam Cole and Kyle. I mean, we all know unsanctioned match. They're just going to go out there and beat the hell out of each other. And I think it's gonna be a great match. But you never know. They could throw some spots in there, but I just don't see either of them being the big high spot guy or anything like that. I think that one's just going to be a good fight. So, see how that works. I don't know. They could shock us and do something crazy, but still see the ladder match winning for the night. Still see it being the one. But Kyle and Adam, at least they're finally going to get their hands on each other. See what happens. And Escobar and Devlin, I don't know what they're going to do, but I mean, Devlin got over Escobar last week, so guessing that means Escobar's going to get his this week. Leading into it just because it's the way it normally goes. I mean, so they both get theirs before we go into the thing. We'll see how that works out. Just like Adam and Kyle, I'm sure they'll have some kind of idiocy happening again this week, getting them tend to get arrested and all that stuff. Like, I didn't think it was pulled off all that well. They did a good job with it, but that's just me. See what they do with it, Which again, the go home, I'm sure they'll have them out there just killing each other in the separation, and just like Balor in his defense against Cross with Scarlett there, I think that could be a great match. It's going to be a slobber knocker to steal one from JR. I think they're going to be great. I really do. Yeah, we get to see Scarlett, so woo! Now, whatever they do tonight, I'm sure, we'll see Cross standing tall. But you never, just because Scarlett's there, well, they don't really Cross is undefeated. There's a reason we don't see him down in those positions ever. So maybe they'll do it just to make Balor look strong. But you never know. This one is the big toss-up because I don't know what they're going to do. In that situation, do they defend Cross's undefeated streak and keep that going? But then what do they do with Balor? Are they going to keep him there to go and try to get the title back? Do they put him back on the main roster? Because, he was, literally, went from, shooting up to first Universal Champion. Seth blew his shoulder out and the buckle bomb into the barricade. And he had to give it up. And then what did they do after that? He was just, squandered and, pretty much useless. So we went down here and now look at him. But then on the other side, do they have Cross finally lose for the first time ever down there? As they put him back in the situation, right? And then they call him up to the main roster. Which hopefully, if they do that, they don't bury him, which they seem to do to people after a month or two when they get called up. For the most part. So I don't know. That's the one that I can't call. I think it's going to be a great match. They're going to pummel each other. That's definitely going to happen. There'll be submissions and just a full-fledged just assault on one another. But I don't know how it's going to, because those are the interesting conundrums that you have right there. Do they keep Cross undefeated and give him the title? But then what do they do with Finn? Do they have Finn finally beat him? So then, does he go back after Finn or does he go up to the main roster? That's the dynamic that you really can't figure out. That's the big toss-up for me. I can give an idea on all these. You can. You can have, I think MSK's going to win this. I think Walter's going to win that. I think Io's going to win. I think Kyle's going to win. All that. I think Santos is going to win. But just because how they built him. But Finn and Cross, you just think of the two options for the outcome. And then what happens afterwards, what are they going to do with it? I'm sure they have great minds. At least we think they do. Main roster sure doesn't. But, it could go either way. So I got nothing on that. I think it's going to be a great just brawl. So we'll see how it all works out. And again, if you don't have time to watch, you just want to listen, I'm on Spotify, Anchor, Breaker, Pocket Cast, Public Radio, Google Podcasts, all under the same name, so you can catch up there. Only 2 episodes aren't on there. I have to go back and re-record them because they were too long. So I have to do it in segments. So I'm going to need a while. I'm going to re-record them all. So the whole library is there. And if you want to watch the videos, again, Facebook, YouTube, Rumble, under the same Wrestling the Ski name. Everything is the same across all platforms. If you have any, like, go and follow me on all of them anyway. YouTube, Rumble, Facebook, Spotify, Anchor. Like, more followers, the better I am up the list, which helps all of us. It's easier to find. The more people can find it, we can open up the conversation. We can talk more. I can have people come on here. Tell me what you think about what's going to happen. Do all that. But like, share, comment, follow along, please. That helps everybody. Tell me what you think. And tomorrow we'll get into everything that happened tonight and what that's going to lead into for Stand and Deliver, which I still think is going to be a great show. So enjoy the rest of your day. Be good to each other. Be kind. And until tomorrow, my friends. Peace.